what we just done.
All right, shalom, shalom. Sorry for the delay. Was getting something together. This should be a good class. See if we can bring this in through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And we need to throw some prayers up. Then we need to salute in. And that's what we're gonna do. Okay.
Sure.
All right, here we go.
This the Abinah prayer, Yahushua prayer, Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 to 13. Right, Abinah, Shabbat Shemayim, Shabbat Shemayim, Dash, Dash, Ayah, Ayah, Shabbat, Shabbat,
Oh, Salaki. All this ain't gonna matter. Salaki. We almost forgot to light the incense. That's it. Almost forgot to light the incense. Can't do that. Let's go up and smoke. Not even area. Sitting there alone. Sitting there where you're facing me. Oh, I am fighting. It's a big, don't do the secret. They're going to pour this over. Okay. Here we go again. Go ahead, Bob.
All right, this is the Abinah prayer, Yahushua prayer, Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 to 13. Now, Abinah, Shabbat Shemayim, Dash, Dash, Ayah, Ayah, Kash, Howard, Howard, Lakaka, Taba'a, Rakaka, Haya, Aisha, Rapaka, Kahaya, Bashumai, Tininaw, come, Pag-1, Masalak now, Masalak now, Wala, Dabiya now, Bensa 1, Abo, Shine now, Ryan, Kaya, Baka, Amalakma, Wa'ala, Abraz, Wala, William, Aman, Bashir, Yawshad, Mashiach, Aman. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, here on earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, forgive us our debt, our debt Lord, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever, ever. Hashem, Yahushua, my God. All right, this is the Asherah, found in the book of Psalms, Psalm chapter 84, verse 4, chapter 144, verse 15, chapter 145, chapter 115, verse 18. Blessed are they that dwell in thy house. They will still be praising thee, say loud. Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yea, happy is that people whose Alahaya is Yahweh. I will install thee, my Alahaya, O King, and I will bless thy name forever and ever. Every day will I bless, I will praise thy name forever and ever. Great is Yahweh, greatly to be praised. And his greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall praise thy works to another, shall declare thy mighty acts. I will speak of the glorious honor of thy majesty, thy wondrous works. And men shall speak of thy might, of thy terrible acts, and I will declare thy greatness. They shall abundantly utter the memory of thy great goodness, shall sing of thy righteousness. Yahweh is gracious, full of compassion, slow to anger, and of great mercy. Yahweh is good to all, and all his tender mercies are over all his works. All thy works shall praise thee, O Yahweh. Thy saints shall bless thee. They shall speak of thy glory, of thy kingdom, talk of thy power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts, and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy domain is throughout all generations. Yahweh upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down. Yahweh upholdeth all that fall, raiseth up all those that be bowed down. The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou the eyes of all wait upon thee. Thou givest them their meat. Thou openest thine hand, satisfieth the desire of every living thing. Yahweh is righteous in all his ways, holy in all his works. Yahweh is nigh unto them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry, and will save them. Yahweh preserveth all them that love him, for all the wicked will be destroyed. My mouth speaks the praise of Yahweh. And let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever. But we will bless the Yahweh from this time forth and forever. Hallelujah. 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 Hashem. Yahushua. Mashiach. Sure. Right. This is Christian. On the walk, on the front, I will, Allah, 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 Saya First time, out, out, down, 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 first one, first one, first four, up, 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 down, down, out, up, up. Those are you. Out, out, up, around, I need, I, out, 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 dead, or dead, out, out, like, dead, out, dead, out, no, I guess the rock up, another second, the rock up, out, out, hard dash, out, 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 I, up, up, out, I, right, up, that's a rather rock or a cry. That's right, out, I got, out, Market, Restaurant, our, Aina, Market, Restaurant, our, let's see, our things, money, our continent, money, Hashem, that's this is the third lot from I will lift up my eyes and heaven and earth. Do not suffer like this. Thank you. So, oh, oh. How was that? How was that shaded from that right? Sun shall smite you by day, but by night. The house shall preserve you. He shall preserve thy soul. How shall preserve you? How will not I used to Allah, Psalm for the Shabbat. Psalm for the Shabbat. It is a good thing that thanks person. Now, when you say a song for the Shabbat day, it's something to remember, like a song. Song for the Shabbat day. Song should sound good. This song should sound good to you. Okay? It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh, to sing praises like Abel, God. To forth thy loving kindness in the morning and thy faithfulness every night. Upon an instrument, 10 strings, and upon a thousand. Upon the harp, psalm sound. Thou, Yahweh, has made me fat with thy work. I will triumph in that work. I will triumph in thy work of thy hand. Yahweh, I put it on thy work. Thy thoughts are very deep. Expand those back, standard. Neither, standard. When the wicked spring as a grass, when all the works of the people flourish, it is that day shall be destroyed forever. Yeah, Yahweh are the time of thy enemy. Yahweh from both thy enemies shall perish. All the workers of the wicked shall be scattered. From my horn shalt thou exalt like a horn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eyes also shall see the desire Almighty. And my ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. Righteous shall flourish like the palm tree, shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the Alahaya.
They shall still bring. They shall still bring. They shall be fat and flourishing. Power is upright. My rock, there is no right. Hallelujah. 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 Sir. Yeah. Come. All right. Whew. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So what we're gonna get to is Deuteronomy 16. Everybody get there. Excuse me.
16.
Yeah. 16 or 12.
16 and 8.
Let's salute in real quick. Oh, that's just the regular stuff. See, so if you out on the line, sure. I'm saying you out on the line like this, the line, party, rock. Y'all about you guys shout about the top. Y'all about you guys shout about the top. All together.
Camaraderie and Brotherhood.
Party, rock.
How about you?
How about you guys? How about you? It's ain't even him. It's ain't because he's saluting us. It's like him walking up to it. Party, rock. But we don't do all that. How about you guys? How about that? Yes.
Camaraderie and Brotherhood.
Party, rock. How about you?
Camaraderie and Brotherhood.
Party, rock.
How about you? Camaraderie
Party, rock.
and Brotherhood. Yeah, see.
It's like, yeah, get it. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
You gotta start playing.
I told you I was saying so quick.
Yeah.
So there we are.
I'm sorry. Oh, we're about to go right now. Yeah. We're already 16 next year. All right. There you go. So, Tanaka, yeah, you can get started.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 16 and verse 18.
Uh-huh.
Judges and officers shalt thou make thee in all thy gates.
Hey, this is going to cut somebody in Israel right now. This precept. This is about to cut somebody, okay? Read. Start over, Baba Prashad, if you don't mind.
Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 18.
And he
Judges and officers shalt thou make thee in all thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee thy tribes, and they shall judge.
And they what?
Huh?
And they shall what?
They shall judge the people with just judgment.
So we're supposed to judge. As officers are supposed to judge people. We're to judge the people now. I'm saying, tell them what they are doing wrong. Only God can judge me now. No, it's a lie, man. Because we out here judging. We as angels out here. Angel just means messenger. Giving people a message. We're his angels. Right down here, it says in the scriptures. Now I have to find it too. It's that fine. It'll pop up. But at the same time, at the same time, this is a good start. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Thou shalt not rest judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons. Neither take a gift. For gift doeth blind the eyes of the wise, pervert the words of the righteous.
And you don't want to be perverted, right? Nobody knows what's going to come out you. You know what I'm saying? That you can pervert them. You can be a perverse person.
Take the word out of context.
Yeah, you start to convert it. Remember context? Taking it out of context, you're perverting the scripture.
On a different path.
Yeah. That is not of the Most High, not of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So you're perverting the scriptures. So it says, thou shalt not rest judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons. Neither take a gift, for the gift doeth blind the eyes of the wise, and pervert the words of the righteous. So, what is that gift? All right. If you're not supposed to rest judgment, if you're not supposed to, you're not supposed to, if you're not supposed to respect persons, you're not supposed to take a gift. That's how you pervert the top. You start talking about something that's not of the top. It's out of the doctrine, it's out of that base and that line. Keep going.
Verse 20. That which is altogether just shalt thou follow, and thou mayest live, and inherit the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
You see what he said? That which is altogether just shalt thou follow. Whatever's right, you should follow. All right? Remember that. Whatever's right, you should follow. And what is right? The law, right here. Read.
Which thou shalt make thee. Neither shalt thou set thee up any image which the Lord thy God hateth. I
like that in verse 20 though. That which is altogether just thou shalt follow, that thou mayest live and inherit the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. So that's what you should follow, right? Judge the people, right? Judge the people. Don't rest judgment. Don't have a respect of persons. Neither do accept a gift, because the gift destroys the heart. All right? Don't do that. That's something you don't do. All right? Don't rest judgment. Have officers. The officers are to judge the people. And that's what I am. I'm Officer Markai. You know what I'm saying? Officer Markai. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So, Slacky, hold on. That sounds about it. All right, yeah, we'll do that.
Good war.
We'll do that double war. Good idea. Mike's in the car.
No, you don't have a computer. That's right.
I was thinking of having Mike on speaker, speaking like that. Right, you can put it down there.
Until like get put a Best Buy, get a camera, webcam. So a lot better. So
See two. See it?
That's not
It showed two faces. So
the one. Just a better camera. This won't be on. It'll be the
log in on him. But anyways, let's go. Read. So that's the end of chapter 16. We'll move on to 17. All
Alright, Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 1. Thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Lord thy God any bullock or sheep wherein is blemish, or any evil forwardness, for that is an abomination unto the Lord thy God. If there be found among you within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman, that hath wrought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy God, in transgression his covenant, and hath gone and served other gods and worshipped them, neither the sun or moon, or any of the host of heaven, which I have not commanded, and it be told thee that thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently, and behold, it be true, and the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought in Israel, then shalt thou bring forth that man or that woman which have committed that wicked thing unto thy gates, even that man or that woman, that and shalt stone them with stones
so
till
check
they
this
die.
out. So check this out. And have gone and served other gods. Our people do that. And worship them. Either the sun or the moon. Talking about Islam and all these other Buddhists and all these other stars and suns they worship. Our people that are a part of it. That's what he's talking about. Our people that are a part of it. All right? Or any of the host of heaven, which I have not commanded. And it be told thee, like it's going to be told thee, that somebody's coming to tell them that. That means there's angels around looking at you. And they telling the Most High. All right? And it be told thee, and thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently. You heard about it, and you inquired diligently. Is this so? Is this really going to happen? Is they really going to do that to me? That's what he's talking about. Right? So, and inquire diligently, and behold, it be true, and the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought in Israel. Then shalt thou bring forth that man or that woman which have committed the wicked thing unto the gates, even and those gates represent our elders and stuff that who run the government and everything else. That's the gate. That stops you. The gate that gate is the understanding of the men of Israel right there at the gate. That's the gate. That's how you get into Israel through the elders and the men, the officers. That's the gate. Okay, you get it? Get it? All right. So bring them unto the gates. We finna size them up. We finna check their understanding and their wisdom. We the gate. All right. And shalt thou bring forth that man. I'm just starting over with something that you just read. Or that woman which have committed the wicked thing unto the gates, even that man or that woman, and shall stone them with stones till they die. Now, if you go on Romans, are we getting judged by the law right now? No. We have mercy. All right. Do we keep the law? Yes. Got to rehearse your law. So when you get back into your lane, you're not a wicked mother. You're not talking about WAP. You're not a TikTok dot. You know what I'm saying? Jake ain't, what's that? Jake ain't gonna be Millie with it in here. Be Millie WAP. Ain't that what's called, Millie? None of that. Gangsters don't dance with. But anyway, the Lord of hosts we are. Start at 6, Baba Kasha.
Verse 6. At the mouth of two witnesses or three witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death. But at the mouth of one witness he shall not be put to death.
So now, after you bring them up to the gates, this is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to judge them from there. This is the judgment. This is the judgment right here. To be put to death. That's the judgment, right? But he said, in the hands of the witnesses shall be first upon him. Salak, salak. At the mouth of two witnesses or three witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death. Got to be some witnesses. These three witnesses got to come up and say, yeah, man, he was committing adultery, bro. He was right behind you in church. He was up talking about, hey, Jesus, yeah, Jesus. He was talking about all that. Those witnesses got to see that. And they got to be valuable witnesses, though. They'll see that and be like, yeah, man, be like three of us. Matter of fact, there's four of us. We always there. We was watching them. Or they see, you know what I'm saying, committing adultery. What's going on with you, bro? That's you know, they're going to say, what's going on with you? Why you committing adultery? Okay, we got you. I believe them. They're good witnesses. Three of them, too. Can anybody go against it? No. Hey, pick a rock, brother. So, and it's serious because once you start doing it, all of our people want it. They follow. They're not leaders. And that's what we don't need. We don't need followers. We need leaders. We need people following behind us. We need people to know, like, when they in order, man, you don't like, what I don't like about some brothers in Israel is that when you're talking, they want to make themselves even. They want to give their input too. You're in a setting of teaching. Can't do it. Gotta let the teacher call it. Can't always want to put input. Like, don't need your input. Let me teach. You listen. Let me teach. That's it. But that goes to say what I'm talking about right now. All right. Read.
Verse 7. The hands of the witnesses shall be first upon him, to put him to death. And after the hands of all the people, so thou shalt put evil away from among them. And there arise a matter too hard for thee in judgment, between blood and blood, between plea and plea, between stroke and stroke, being matters of controversy within thy gates. Then thou shalt arise and get thee up into the place which the Lord thy God shall choose.
So basically saying, hey, when it comes down to a fight, stroke for stroke, you know what I'm saying? If there arise a matter too hard for thee in judgment between blood and blood, between plea and plea. Blood and blood is brother and brother. That's what that is, brother and brother, cousin, cousin, blood and blood. You know what I'm saying? So that's like your own tribe, right? Between plea and plea, he said this, well, you know, he agreed to this, he agreed to that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Plea and plea. And between stroke and stroke, now they fighting. All right? You just have matters between cousins. It wasn't fighting, but you know, they was talking about something, you know, they went to the plea. They had an agreement on something. You know what I'm saying? So it's got two cousins, got two brothers disagreeing over something he agreed on, right? Then he went from stroke to stroke. Y'all started fighting. All three. All right? So go ahead. 9.
Verse 9. And thou shalt come unto the priests, the Levites, and unto the judge that shall be in those days, and inquire. They shall shew the sentence of judgment.
Right.
And thou shalt do according to the sentence which they of that place which the Lord shall choose, shall shew thee. And thou shalt observe to do according to all they inform thee, according to the sentence of the law which they shall teach thee, and according to the judgment which they shall tell thee, thou shalt do. And thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they shall shew thee, to the right hand or to the left.
So you can't get out of that sentence that they give you. You can't get out of it. He said, you shall not try to get out of it. You cannot weasel your way out of this. All right? But the people that give in the judgment are the same one that went and got 3 valuable witnesses. Matter of fact, they had more witnesses to say what you were doing. So we're going to witnesses. And then when it comes to the point that you are guilty, you can't get out of it. And don't try to get out of it. That's what he said. All right, read.
So, verse 12. And the man that will do presumptuously, it will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to minister there for the Lord thy God, or unto the judge, even that man shall die.
So if he said, if you do something presumptuously, you're doing something that you don't even understand what you're talking about. You're not even listening to the Levites. You're not listening to us because you feel you know what you're talking about. He's dealing perversely. He think he knows something. He think he knows something. When we say don't be perverse on the scriptures, it means just that. Don't start talking about something you don't know. Yeah, shut up, man. You don't know the full breakdown, man. You're gonna choke on this meat. You need the milk. You need the milk. All right? Take the milk, feed off of it, man. Drink the milk as long as you like. All right? Matter of fact, nobody should ever stop drinking this milk. Nobody should ever stop drinking this milk. Should always be learning. Right? So go ahead.
Verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not of thy brother.
Mm-hmm.
But he shall not multiply horses to himself,
Right.
nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he, the Lord, hath said unto you. He shall not henceforth return no more that way.
So hold on. Let me respond to this one. Thou shalt not in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. That goes to say, our people, what they doing now, they go, it ain't gonna work. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger, which is not thy brother. All right, so this stranger is a heathen. He's not our brother. He's not an Israelite. We're not trying to set him over us. You know what happens every time, man, we let other nations come in? Give me that in Sirach. I think it's 11 and 12. Never trust thine enemy. That's from the Sirach. Ecclesiastes. This is why we don't set other people. No. What are you on, 11 and 12? I'll go to 12 and 11.
All right. Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10.
Huh?
Never trust thine enemy,
right?
For like as iron rusted, so is wickedness.
You know, when you hang around somebody for a while, because you know if you hang around a bar, right? This bar, it's going to rust real soon. But you got to hang around this person. Just watch. Just watch. Be patient. He's going to start to rust. He's going to start to rust. Okay? So read that again.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy.
Right?
For like as iron rusted, so is wickedness.
So the Most High said this man, this our enemy, he's like a bar that's going to rust. Like as iron is rust. This bar right here, this metal bar is sure to rust. But you got to wait. You're going to start to see the rust. Take your time. But be watch him. Tread lightly. Be harmless as a dove and wise as a serpent. All right? Go ahead, continue to read. And the horses, select the horses, don't multiply horses unto you. He's saying that, but he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause a people to return to Egypt. So don't be so. I mean, he's multiplying horses to himself, his money and everything. Right? The more you have, that's the richer you are. You know, abundant. Israel always had abundant, and that showed how rich you were by your cattle that you had in your house. You had a lot of cattle. You had lambs all over the place, man. You had lambs everywhere, running all around, moving all around. I'm saying they're getting good exercise. And you got these lambs separated from the beautiful lambs. Those are the most highs. Get the ones without blemish, no stretched out ligaments, no messed up eye, no, you know what I'm saying, teeth all this way, that way, this way, that way. You know what I'm saying? No longer ligaments and stuff like that. But that's how you can tell when somebody was rich. You know what I'm saying? Sorry going too much into that. But he should not multiply horses to himself. And on top of that, By him concentrating on his riches, the people are going on. He's not causing the people to be judged. So now the people are going to surely be returned unto Egypt. All right, if that happens. If that happens. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 17. Neither shall he multiply wives unto himself, that his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold.
So, hey, the women in Israel love this one. They love that one. Read 17 again, Baba Kushai. The women in Israel love this precept. Listen to this precept, okay? See what I'm talking about? These women are going to grip onto that, and they're misinterpreting it at the same time. Read.
Neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold.
So neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away. Don't multiply so many wives to yourself to where you concentrate now on all your wives and you take your mind off the Most High. That he turned not away. And then women to get on this one right there, right? If she can't stay in order, you don't need more than one wife. That one won't even stay in order. Basically saying that if you can't keep this one in order yourself, how you gonna keep the next one in order? That's why you shouldn't get one. That's what they're saying too. Same time, we multiply more wives to myself than I can handle. It got to be at the rate that I can handle. You know what I'm saying? Your wisdom is built for either 2 women, 3 women, 4 women, or 5 women. It depends. You would say your understanding yourself will set you in place for multiple wives. It's your wisdom and your understanding. No man is going to gain multiple wives with wisdom and without wisdom and understanding. He can get multiple wives because women come into this truth real petty and still vain. So they're going to go after his looks and find out that they should have never done that shit in the first place. So, go ahead.
Verse 18. And it shall be when he sitteth up on the throne of his kingdom, that you shall write him a copy of this law in a book out of that which is before the priests and Levites. And it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear the Lord his God, to keep all his words of this law and these statutes to do them. And his heart be not lifted up above his brethren, and that he turn not aside from the commandment to the right hand or to the left, to the end that he may prolong his days in his kingdom and his children in the midst of Israel.
So it's saying at 18, and it shall be when he sitteth on the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book. So now this king is about to write the law in a book of the Most High. If he's doing that, the Most High is putting the spirit on him like he did every other prophet. When he did Ezra's and them, when they stayed in the cornfield 2 weeks, writing down the records. Most High put the spirit on him. He had the spirit put on him. So they start writing. So when he becomes king, he's going to write himself some records, a Bible. Put it right there for the people. Boom, right there out in the open. So I think there's something in the kingdom that we're going to be doing anyway. If we follow a tradition, if we follow statutes and judgments, every person that is a king will be writing his own book. So if Yahweh and Yahweh Shai deem you worthy to be a king, it takes time, man. You gotta clean out your cup and always stay militant. It's true. You want to stay militant as possible, and don't make excuses for who you are to nobody. So give me a stare. I'm saying, hey, that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Shalom, what's next? So, go ahead and read.
Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 1.
All right.
The priests, the Levites, and all the tribe of Levi shall have no part nor inheritance with Israel. They shall eat the offerings of the Lord made by fire in his inheritance.
Oh my God! They're not going to eat the meat. They didn't eat the meat. They did. Well, there's one dude, Yehuda or Yahuwah, is saying that the priest didn't eat the meat. But instead of taking that by the elders and see if this is true, before he just took being very proud about owning by himself to put that out there like that. There's no, I don't think that he should be putting anything personally because it's all over the place. It's all over the place. His breakdown, his understanding of what he's saying is all over the place. I can't even catch on to it. It's like a fucking mystery. I gotta really sit down and listen to him, see what he's saying. So that's what I'm gonna do. But watch his videos and shit. Go ahead and read.
Therefore, shall they have no inheritance among their brethren. The Lord is their inheritance, and he hath said unto them, and this shall be the priest due from the people, and from them that offer a sacrifice, whether it be ox or sheep, and they shall give unto the priest the shoulder, and the 2 cheeks, and the maw.
So that's what we gotta give to the priest of our land. Anything that's what we're giving to him. The rest is the Most High. Go ahead, read.
Verse 4, the first fruit also of thy corn, and thy wine,
Of that one.
and of thy wine, and of thy oil, and the first of the fleece of thy sheep, shalt thou give him.
That's called the tithe. The first. Read.
For the Lord thy God hath chosen him out of all thy tribes, stand to minister in the name of the Lord, him and his sons forever. And if a Levite come from any of thy gates out of all Israel, where he sojourned, and come with all the desire of his mind unto the place which the Lord shall choose, then he shall minister in the name of the Lord his God, as all his brethren the Levites do, which stand before the Lord. They shall have like portions to eat beside that which cometh of the sale of his patrimony. Verse 9. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations.
Oh, start back at verse 8 up. So patrimony.
Verse 8.
Yeah, patrimony.
And they shall have like portions to eat beside that which cometh of the sale of his patrimony. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enhancer, or a witch.
So now we're getting into witchcraft, right? Now we're getting into the stuff, you can't be doing. There's a lot of sisters going into witchcraft. And right now, the law is cutting their ass up. This is what you should not be doing. They doing the stuff that the Most High back then told us not to do. That's all he's saying is don't do these things. Everybody's stuck in America, man. I want to do what I want to do. They don't tell you, all right? I mean, the book is not actually standing up on 2 legs and a stomach and arms. It's not standing up and telling you, okay? That's what you want somebody to do because you don't have it. You want somebody to stand up and tell you the words from their mouth instead of showing you. That way you can go read it your damn self too. Just do research. Go ahead, read.
Verse 11. Or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doeth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect. Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God. For these nations which thou shalt possess are verse 14. Yeah.
Thou shalt be perfect. It's perfect.
Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God. For these nations which thou shalt possess hearken unto observers of times, and unto diviners. But as for thee,
diviners.
But as for thee, the Lord thy God hath not suffered thee to so.
So this is what the Most High is telling us to do in verse 13 for all the men. That thou be perfect with the Lord thy God. Why you got to be perfect? Why you got to be perfect? For these nations which thou shalt possess, hearken unto observers of times. That's why you got to be perfect. You got to know the law and how to deal with them. He's saying, basically saying, you got to know how to deal with these people. You got to be perfect. You can't allow another God to come in. You can't allow another law to come into you. You got to be perfect, just like him. And that's how you got to live your life, being perfect, but staying humble and keeping the law the best of your ability. Well, I don't know if I'm breaking the law if it hasn't been pointed out or I haven't seen it yet, so I'm perfect. I don't know what I'm breaking. But when I learn it and I repent from it, then I'm not doing it no more. And I'm paying attention to myself. To take strong heed to thyself. I pay attention to yourself. Good. Good. All right, go.
Verse 15. The Lord thy God will raise up unto thee a prophet from among the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me.
Like unto who?
Like unto me.
Who was that? Moses?
Yeah.
So nobody after Moses was like unto Moses. Most High didn't do it. Like, huh?
Verse
All right. Go ahead, read.
verse Verse 16. According to all that thou desirest of the Lord thy God in Horeb, in the day of the assembly, saying, let me not hear again the voice of the Lord my God, neither let me see his great fire, and more, that I die not. The Lord said unto me, they have well spoken that which they have spoken. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And if thou say in thine own heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord hath not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord hath not spoken, but the prophet hath spoken it sumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him.
Gosh, right, I shall not survive. So, y'all heard that. I didn't even have to stop on that. That was really funny. So, it's against the law for a king to exalt himself over his brother. Chapter 17, verse 20. Okay? That his heart be not lifted up above his brethren, and that he turn not aside from the commandment to the right hand or to the left, to end that to the end that he may prolong his days in his kingdom, he and his children in the midst of Israel. Oh, well, the king will not vex or oppress the people by causing them to go off into sin just to multiply to himself. Right? A king will not vex or oppress the people and cause them to go off into sin just to multiply to himself. 17:17. Right? Neither shall he multiply wise to himself, that his heart turn not away. Right? Oh yeah, verse 14. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, thou shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I set a king over me, like as all the nations that are above me. And that's the same thing you did in Samuel, remember? Because you said you wanted a king, just like the other nations. Because God was, the Most High was our king first. People, he killed people they didn't even know about. They never saw him. He just vexed them and sent, spirits on them, or, you know, brimstone fire on Gomorrah. It was our king. But we wanted a king that we can see like the other nations. We were covenant. He was already our king. I felt tremendously bad about that. I'm hoping that wasn't me back then. I believe so. Samuel was like what the chief priest or something like that. Yeah.
So King Saul was king.
Right. I didn't say Samuel was a king. I'm just saying he was like the chief priest or something like that because he was teaching the people. And then he gave it to Saul. Then we passed it on to Saul.
Yeah.
As king. So Samuel to Saul.
Because remember, back then, Joseph was the one that was teaching like Moses.
Right. He was a youngster. He was young. It's not said.
No, Jeremiah was king at 12, right?
Yep. He's king at 12. Have you been doing the Hafkadashim? Got it. Explain it.
I'll explain to you after. All right, let's go.
Chapter. So, chapter 19.
Okay, go. I was asking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 1. When the Lord thy God hath cut off the nations, whose land the Lord thy God giveth thee, and thou succeedest them, and dwellest in their cities and in their houses, thou shalt separate 3 cities for thee in the midst of thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it.
So check this out. The Most High said that when he has cut these people up out of the land, what's going to happen? And thou succeedest them, that means we got to go over there and get them out, right? So that means we're going to have power. The power to go up against them, they can't refute and get their ass up out that land. So there's a certain spirit that we have from the Most High he gives us that he used to give us, right? Spirit of a warrior, you know what I'm saying? To go to war. Yeah. Be like a bunch of Hancocks flying around. Yeah. All right, keep on.
Verse 2. Thou shalt separate 3 cities for the midst of thy land, which the Lord thy God has given thee to possess it. Thou shalt prepare thee a way and divide the coast of thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee to inherit, into 3 parts, that every slayer may flee thither.
So now he's about to get 3 cities made. It's the flee. They wait, right? You're about to hear why these 3 cities need brought up. And you can see and you can compare the way that we did things and the way the Caucasians do. All right, read.
Verse 3. Thou shalt prepare thee a way to divide the coast of the land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee to inherit, into 3 parts, and every slayer may flee thither. And this is the case of the slayer which shall flee thither, that he may live. Whoso killeth his neighbor ignorantly, whom he hated not in time past.
So it's like somebody you didn't know them before, but now you want to kill them because they did something to you. That person that gets to flee away may be innocent. So those cities of refuge, nobody can go over there and try to look for him and kill him. Those are the refuge cities. So it's time for him to go ahead.
So, verse 5. As when a man goeth into the wood with his neighbor to hew wood in his hand, fetcheth a stroke with the axe to cut down the tree, and the head slippeth from the helve, and lighteth upon the neighbor that he die, he shall flee into one of those cities and live, lest the avenger of the blood pursue the slayer, while his heart is hot, and overtake him, because the way is long, and slay him, whereas he was not worthy of death, and as much as he hated him not in time past. Wherefore I command thee, saying, Thou shalt separate 3 cities for thee. And if the Lord thy God enlarge thy coasts, as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, and give thee the land which the Lord hath promised to give unto thy fathers, thou shalt keep all these commandments to do them, which I command thee this day, to love the Lord thy God, and to walk ever in his ways. Then shalt thou add 3 cities more for thee, beside these 3, that innocent blood be not shed in thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance, and so blood be upon thee. But if any man hate his neighbor, and lie in wait for him, and rise up against him, and smite him mortally, that he die, and fleeth into one of these cities, then the elders of the city shall send and fetch him thence, and deliver him into the hand of the avenger of the blood, that he may die.
There you go. That means he's guilty now. Amen. So, what's going on today? Can't be nowhere. What is it?
But if any man hate his neighbor, it's like verse 12, then the elders of the city shall send and fetch him thence, and deliver him into the hand of the avenger of the blood, that he may die.
Remember, the elders is the gate. The elders is the gate. So, what do we want to do in the judging? All right, go ahead.
Thine eye shall not pity him, but thou shalt put away the guilt of innocent blood from Israel, that it may go well with thee. Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, which they of old time have set in thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land that the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it. One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity, or for any sin, in any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of 2 witnesses, or at the mouth of 3 witnesses, shall the matter be established. If a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him that which is wrong, then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before the Lord, before the priests and the judges, which shall be in those days. And the judges shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, if the witness be a false witness, and have testified falsely against his brother, then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. So shalt thou put the evil away from among you. And those which remain shall hear and fear it, and shall henceforth commit no more any such evil among you. And thine eye shall not pity, but life go for life, for eye, tooth for tooth, and hand for hand, foot for foot.
That is very plain. It's very plain stuff. Just told you right there. So, you can't sacrifice your children. All right? Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark. One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity, because you don't know. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. It appears this way, but it's not. Right? If a false witness rise up against any man, right? A false witness, this is what happens to him. Chapter 19, verse 16. If a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him that which is wrong, then both the man between whom the controversy is shall stand before the Lord, before the priest, and the judges shall be in those days, and the judges shall make diligent inquisition, And behold, if the witness be a false witness, and have testified falsely against his brother, then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done to his brother. So shalt thou put the evil away from among you. You're a false witness, bro. Put them put away. You don't need false witnesses. I'm letting go. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Why you had to go anywhere but me? Anywhere but anywhere but the Bible, man. You could be a Buddhist. You could be a Muslim. Not who you really are. It's who you're saying you are. You're saying you're an Israelite. Man, I don't believe that. I grew up listening to that shit. Man, this book make me sick. I don't believe that shit. What you got to say? that's what it boils down to. But at the same time, let's get on to the next one. Huh? Huh. So,
Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 1. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and seest horses and chariots, and a people more than thou, be not afraid of them, for the Lord thy God is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And it shall be when ye are come nigh unto the battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people,
right?
And shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, you approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them. For the Lord your God is he that goeth with you, to fight for you against your enemies, to save you.
So if the Most High is going forth before you to fight with you against your enemies, to fight with, for the Lord your God is he that goeth with you to fight for you and against your enemies. He's going with you to fight for you against your enemies. So how is he going to go through that? And he's going to be right there. What is he going to do? He's right there. Nah, man. It's your warrior spirit. It's that warrior spirit that we don't have right now. It took from us. We can't even rise up before right now. That's how, you know what I'm saying, we're not ready. Put it that way. We don't have the men yet rise up. And we need to get all the men. We need to have fruit that are worthy of repentance, that are listen, that take orders, right? Speak when spoken to. All right, speak not when thou was spoken to, unless you are told to answer. Stuff like that. And that's how it's going to be with Yahweh Shai and the 12, and the apostles. I ain't finna be around them exalting myself. I say little if need be. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear what y'all got to say. You know what I'm saying? I just want to listen. I don't always want to respond just yet. You know what I'm saying? So, keep going, Bun. First what?
1.
Okay.
Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 1. Now goes out to battle against thine enemies, see his horses and chariots, and a people more than thou. Be not afraid of them, for the Lord thy God is with thee, when brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And it shall be when ye are come nigh unto the battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, you approach this day into battle.
Verse 1.
Verse 3 of against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them. For the Lord your God is he that goeth with you to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying, What man is there that hath built a new house, and hath not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it.
What they're trying to do right there is get the scary people to go home. You're too scared to be out here with us, bro. You got no heart. You got heart for this. You out there, you give up your life, man. You standing up for everything that's right. Standing up for all righteousness. They don't want that. So imagine if we go to battle. Like we out there, that's at war. We at war out there. We at war. You gotta act like it. You gotta be on it in order, looking for them and listening at the same time. Looking for them and listening at the same time. Right?
Come. Verse 6. And what man is he that hath planted a vineyard, and hath not yet eaten of it? Let him also go and return into his house, lest he die in a battle, and another man eat of it. And what man is there hath not betrothed a wife, and hath not taken her? Let him go and return into his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man take her. And the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return into his house, lest his brother's heart faint, as well as his heart.
So that's basically what you're trying to do is get them out of there before all that ish rub off on everybody else, and everybody else gets scared. Let him go home. Don't be trembling like the knees trembling. Saying scared. You don't have the faith. That's why you're gonna die if you're out there. Gonna die. The Most High Spirit not gonna. Most High give not the spirit of fear. You out there, you a straight beast. You're gonna ring that feeling come on you. You know what I'm saying right there. Imagine that like charged up. Imagine that charged up. Like man, I can imagine charged up. And I can just move splitting right through the shit. That's power. I want that power. I wish to acquire. Go ahead.
All right. Verse 8. And the officers shall speak furthermore unto the people, and they shall say, what man is there is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return into his house, lest his brethren's heart faint, as well as his heart. And it shall be when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people, that they shall make captains of armies to lead the people, without comest nigh into a city to fight against it.
That cut somebody.
Then proclaim peace.
That cut somebody. That right there just cut somebody. I ain't gonna even say that. And matter of fact, I'm not trying to talk shit. See, y'all know it's Ash Yasharah. Him and his doctrine. Y'all know it's him. Okay? Better get it straight. All right, you sit down with the elders and let us go together. Let us, you know what I'm saying? Give us a chance to rebuttal your doctrine at a sit down. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Give us a chance to. So if you're gonna put that out there, give the gates the chance to, you know what I'm saying, see what your doctrine's about, but sit before us. You know what I'm saying?
Shalom, Willie.
Gotta sit before us. That's what you gotta do. All right. So once you sit before us, give us a chance to operate on your doctrine and prove to us that it's worthy to be out in Israel. And it can't be him getting proud and saying you're not going. He's in his pride. He's basically saying you're not going to tell me what I can do, and that's prideful. Give me that. Sirach 11 and 3, I believe. Find it. Hold your spot. Watch this. Ecclesiastes.
11 and 3.
Hold on, let me see. It's probably. Hold on. Fine. All right. I'm not gonna bring it up. Let it go. So, I thought I knew what it was.
All right, Deuteronomy chapter Slaki. Go ahead. Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 10. When thou comest nigh into a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it, and it shall be. If we make the answer of peace and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee, and they shall serve thee.
Start back there again. 2 precepts up.
Verse 9. And it shall be when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people, that they shall make captains of the armies to lead the people. When thou comest nigh into a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it. And it shall be, if it make thee answer of peace and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto them, and they shall serve thee. And I will and if it will make no peace with thee, but will make war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it. And when the Lord thy God hath delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword. But the woman and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoil of thine enemies.
And the only reason why we can take those women, all right, because their doctrine of learning is not more powerful than other women. Sometimes he'll tell us to kill all men, women, and child and cattle. He'll tell us that. So, and that's what he does when there is wickedness in that place. Just gets rid of it, all of it. All right, and that's what's going to happen to all these heathens and the 2/3. Right, they're going to eat it up. But Ty seems worthy, and the son Yahweh Shai, Yahweh say so much here. Same time. Go ahead.
When the Lord thy verse 13, when the Lord thy God delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword. But the woman and the little ones, the cattle, and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself. And thou shalt eat the spoil of thine enemies, which the Lord thy God hath given thee. Thus shalt thou do unto all the cities which are very far off from thee, which are not of the cities of these nations, but of the cities of these people which the Lord thy God doeth give thee for an inheritance. Thou shalt save alive nothing that breatheth, but thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. that they teach you not to do after all their abominations which they have done unto their gods. So should ye sin against the Lord your God. When thou shalt besiege a city a long time and making war against it to take it, and thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them, for thou mayest eat of them, and thou shalt not cut them down.
Stop.
For
Stop. Start back. One more precept up. One precept up. Give the book chapter. Start with the chapter.
Deuteronomy chapter 20 verse 18. That they teach you not to do after all their abominations which they have done unto their gods.
So if you go to Deuteronomy 7 and 1, these same people in 17, but thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. And 18, that they teach you not to do after all their abominations. He said just kill them. Because they're going to do that. They're going to try to teach you after all their abominations. So just get rid of them. That's what you're going to do. All right? So we go in there and execute the Most High's judgment. Get them out of there. We the people that he chose to teach everybody else on the earth. I want y'all to teach everybody, okay? I want y'all to make sure everybody's in order. And that's what he wants the men of Yasharala to do. You go pass out the judgment, man. You let them know. Go everywhere you got to go, okay? But don't be idle. All right? Perfect. Just keep going.
So should ye sin against the Lord your God. When thou shalt besiege a city a long time, and making war against it to take it, thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them.
Right.
Thou mayest eat of them, and thou shalt not cut them down. For the tree of the field is man's life, to employ them siege. Only the trees which thou knowest that they be not trees for meat, thou shalt destroy and cut them down, and thou shalt build bulwarks against the city, and make war with thee until it be subdued.
Okay. So don't cut the trees down when you go into the land, man. That's gonna be your food. Don't go in there burning people's shit up. Can't do that. That says right there, you can't just go burning people's shit up. White people, they burn your shit up. Put fire stakes in your front yard and everything. It's like we tired of it. It's like, hold on. It's been a long time now. There's no repenting in y'all. You mean for 500 years y'all get to make mistake after mistake and we just got to sit back and take that shit? The fuck out of here, man. You got to be a fucking fool to think now I'm okay with it after 500 years of fuck out of here. You're stupid. Go hate yourself, man. You can't sit here and blame the fucking victim for being mad at the rapist. That's stupid. I don't get it. Can't blame the victim of a rape by any means why they hate a person, bro, because of what they do. So why blame us? But no buts. Let's accept that first. Let's accept that, and then we'll go with it. The fact that they're not accepting it, they're saying, but I'm not gonna accept that, but this. And why? Because they scared as fuck. They scared. When you say shit, you come out with this truth, they are scared for their life. They're scared. This ain't going against the white man. Ain't no, everything's already falling apart, mijo. We're gonna get us a job, man. We're gonna keep our job. We ain't getting out of order. Can't tell me Spanish. They don't want to go up against the white man. And that's what you got to do. All these Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters out here, you got to pull your people out of that rut. Me going over there, it'll work for a bit. It'll work for a bit. They'll see me all the time. I have to wear them out for my presence. And you always over here, bro. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But you, they're going to come up and say something. Like Go to go get a guacamole and cheese and shit like that. That's it. And they're gonna come over here and you're gonna be like, might want to get you a Spanish Bible. It's the KJV. Can you read it? Right now is the time to learn, brother. That way you can show them in Spanish. That's what you got. Yeah. I want to learn it too, bro. That way I can say it and I know what it's talking about already.
It's already the thing is, my own answer. Yeah.
See, yeah, you do the breakdown. You don't want to just tell them to go read it. You want to do the breakdown for them so they know what you're paying attention to. Basically. Right? And that's when they like to go into. Go ahead, Mario.
Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 1. If one be found slain in the land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it, lying in the field, and it be not known who hath slain him, then thy elders and thy judges shall come forth, and they shall measure unto the cities which are round about him that is slain. And it shall be that the city which is next unto the slain man, even the elders of that city, shall take an heifer, which hath not been wrought with, and which hath not drawn in the yoke. And the elders of that city shall bring down the heifer unto a rough valley, which is neither eared nor sown, and shall strike off the heifer's neck there in the valley. And the priest, the son of Levi, shall come near, for them the Lord thy God hath chosen to minister unto him, and to bless in the name of the Lord. And by their words shall every controversy and every stroke be tried. And all the elders of that city that are next unto the slain man shall wash their hands over the heifer that is beheaded in the valley. And they shall answer and say, Our hands have not shed this blood, neither have our eyes seen it. Be merciful, O Lord, unto thy people Israel, whom thou hast redeemed, and lay not innocent blood unto thy people of Israel's charge, and the blood shall be forgiven them.
All right, check this out. So this is where a person has been found slaves, and don't nobody know what did it. Nobody know who did it. Right? And this is how you handle that situation. Right? And these are the steps that you take all the time. A person that's been slain in the city. You gotta go to the elders of that city, that gate. They inquire to them like, so you should be hearing about this. That's why you go to the gates. Like, bro, you should be hearing about this already. That's why they went to the elders. To the gates. They inquire, hey man, somebody was slain right outside your city, now like a mile away. What happened? Ever heard? Don't know. Ever heard nobody inside at the gates talking about it? No, Gasharala got a mouth. They always tell each other business. Right? They always, somebody always tells somebody. So that's what's going on and the steps that's been taken. All right. And the elders, verse 4, verse 4, and the elders of the city shall bring down the heifer unto a rough valley, which is neither aired nor sown. Shall strike off the heifer's neck there in the valley. Priests, the sons of Levi shall come near, and them shall come near for them. The Lord thy God hath chosen to minister unto him, and to bless in the name of the Lord. By their word shall every controversy and every stroke be tried. So the Levites are going to stroke and whatever it needs to be done, found guilty, not guilty. They're going to be laying strokes down. All right, go ahead and read.
Verse 8. Be merciful, O Lord, unto thy people Israel, whom thou hast redeemed, and lay not innocent blood unto thy people of Israel's charge, and the blood shall be forgiven them. So shalt thou put away the guilt of innocent blood from among you, when thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of the Lord. Thou goest forth to war against thy enemies, and the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thine hand, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife, then shalt thou bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails.
So this is when now you see either woman that you want or whatever. So, yeah, come with me, girl. Okay, get up. Shave your head, pair nails. Pair nails, yeah, pair. Yeah, it's like bringing in a new thing because it's a shame to be uncovered or to your head to be shaved. You know what I'm saying? Shaming you. I'm bringing you unto me. So I'm gonna give you a little bit better than you. But you're gonna be my wife. She a heathen. Treat her as such around the house. She a heathen. You know what I'm saying? She has made it though. You know, she around the house. Knock it out the park if you want to. Is your wife. So you just don't treat her better than the Israelite.
That's what you do if you like go to war, find her.
No, it's
No.
gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be. And her nails are good. And he's saying in this case, you go to war, you can do that. But not, right now, I say the time is not pertinent. Is of not an understanding state to date outside you at this time and period of time. Yeah, nobody should be paying attention to doing that right now. It's not important, but we can. It's not against the law. Some nations we can, some nations we can't. All right, so we'll go over that a different time. Over that a different time. Anybody outside of Deuteronomy 7:1 or Esau, but the other ones, yeah.
But that means like I'm saying
Not Israelite women are not concubines.
well, I know that. But
Oh yeah, but the heathen women, that other nation, yeah, they just concubines. Be honest with them, just concubine. You can like break up the word concubine once in the dictionary and give them another word, synonym, make it sound more softer. What's they call my mistress? They don't care. You don't care about them like it's an Israelite woman. But I have to treat her like shit because it's that she knows her place.
To have her empty out her bank account.
And
To have her empty out her
have her
bank
empty out her bank account. Yeah, yeah.
so like
Nah, you don't do this. Treat them like princess. These women these days, the other heathen nation women. Yeah, that's it. Make her pay for every fucking. Make her pay for your wife's nails to get done. Hey, my wife's nails need to get done. So. Man. Well, go ahead, read.
Verse 15. The man have two wives, one beloved and another hated.
That was going to give you directions on how to handle two wives when it comes to the inheritance of the son. Okay?
If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have born him children, both the beloved and the hated. And if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn.
So he's telling you that the firstborn is the one that came out first. All right, it could be a heathen woman. Whatever baby came out first. Your father. So that baby that came out first, that's the inheritor of this, mostly its kingdom. All right, go ahead. Read.
Verse 17. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn by the
He shall acknowledge?
Yeah.
Okay, he shall acknowledge.
He shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn by the giving of him a double portion of all that he hath, for he is the beginning of his strength. The right of his firstborn of his son is his.
Right? That's 20. What verse you on?
That's it.
It's 9, right? All right. It's going to the prophets now.
That's not the chapter.
Yes, we got the law. Every time. Are you? Well, how about you? Just sing 10. That's in learn. I know. Thinking of something. Sorry. So we're going to the prophets right now. We're going to Isaiah, 51 and 17 or something? Yeah. Say what's up?
117.
Oh, chapter 12? Yeah. That's the last one we did. To 9.
No, 1 to 17.
17.
Oh, I was supposed to do the 9. My bad. I went to 17.
It's 21 through 9. It's Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 18, in that chapter 21, and in that verse 9. Yeah, now we're going to the prophets, to Isaiah 51, and starting at verse 12. Tanakh, prophets. Tanakh, prophets. Okay, go ahead. Oh, yeah. Slack, I got it. This is Isaiah chapter 51, and starting at verse 12. Even I, am he that comforteth you. Who art thou that thou shouldest be afraid? Of a man that shall die, and of the Son of Man, which shall be made as grass? You scared of people that can die? That's what he's saying. Hey, I got you, Israel. That's what Yahweh was saying. But don't be scared of them that die. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid of them that die. Verse 13, and forgettest the Lord thy Maker, that has stretched forth the heavens, and laid the foundations of the earth, and has feared continually every day, because of the fury of the oppressor, as he were ready to destroy. And where is his fury of the oppressor? The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. Talking about his doctrine, his learning, that shouldn't fail. That's how he acted. All right. So let me. So in 13, he's saying basically, don't forget the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget him. But at the same time, if we forget him, this what happens to us. We begin to these nations get to come against us all the time, and now they're killing some more of our people, here. So breaking the law causes other nations to come to us, and only the nations they can get you to go off. Either they women, or either you follow after their doctrine. All right. So, because the fury of the oppressor, as if he were ready to destroy, and where is the fury of the oppressor? Right? Where is the fury of the oppressor? The captive exile hasteneth he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. So who's that was in exile? It's us. We're hoping that our understanding don't be wasted. We also want to be loosed. Okay? Verse 15. But I am the Lord thy God, that divided the sea, whose waves roared. The Lord of hosts is his name, right? And I have put my words in thy mouth, and have covered thee in the shadow of my hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people. Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which hast drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling, and wrung them out. This is right here. This is the first trumpet. This is 70 AD, right? That's what this is. It's 70 AD, right? And he's talking about it. Watch this. I started 17. Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which hast drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling, and wrung them out. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth, neither there is any that taketh her by the hand. So let's go back up to 17. Stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk the hand of the Lord. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup, trembling, and wrung them out. So he's talking about Israel, but he's saying, watch this. When we go along, it's going to be turned around, which he said, this is in Isaiah, but he said that in Deuteronomy. When you go to the law, he said that. Isaiah just repeating what's in the law. It's going to be turned around. You just got to keep the law. See? So let's go to the first trumpet book. So yeah, this is the first trumpet, the siege. That's what it is, the siege. I started 18. There is none to guide her. There's none to guide her among the sons whom she shall. There's none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth. Right? What do you mean by that? There is none to guide her among all the nations whom she seeth hath brought forth. All these nations we have brought forth, they can't rule us. There's none to guide her. He's talking about Zion. He's calling us her, his wife. These two things are come unto thee, who shall be sore for the desolation and destruction and famine. So let me say it again. These two things are come unto thee, who shall be sore for thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Right? It's these people right here. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth. Neither is there any taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she hath brought up. Right? These two things are come unto thee, who shall be sorry for thee. Desolation and destruction and famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? That's how he's going to comfort us. Why? Why is the Most High going to comfort us this way? Go to Matthew 24. Okay, go to Matthew 24. Let's see how in verse 19, these two things are come unto thee, who shall be sorry for thee. Desolation and destruction and famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Why? Chapter 24. All right, start at verse 3. Verse 2. In fact, start at 1. Start at 1. Start at 1.
Matthew 24:1. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and the disciples came to him for to shew him the buildings of the temple.
Right?
Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came
And he
unto
said
him.
that referring to his temple. He said that referring to his temple. Read.
And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? What shall be the signs of thy coming, the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ,
Right.
and ye shall deliver, and shall deceive many.
Right?
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
See you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. These two things, this is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 19. These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction and famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Right here. The fact that we know that this destruction is coming and it's not for us, but hey, in order for one kingdom to rise up, one kingdom has to fall. And that's America, Babylon the Great. It has to fall. That's why they're going to comfort us. That's why it comforts. Because we know more prophecies come to play, the quicker the sooner we get out of here. We know it's coming. We know the fight's coming. We know the war's coming. You know what I'm saying? We can't dip it or dodge it. If the Most High one is going, He wants us going. All right. So go back to 24. Please keep reading a little bit.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right.
All these are the beginning of sorrow. Then shall they deliver you up into.
And what was there was the beginning of sorrows? It was Iran and America, Persians and America. All right, keep going.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
And they're going to deliver us up. These things got to come to pass. It's not coming into order. He's just telling you things that's coming to mind that's going to happen. We're going to be delivered up and everything. People going to want to kill us. Right? But stay ye faithful, what, 7 days? To be faithful 7 days, and give you a crown. Oh, no, once this stuff start popping off, race wars and shit, sooner or later they're going to come and get the profits. Or whether they don't come to get us, that's on the Most High. It depends how we act with one another. They don't ask us. They just go to their own, draw their own. Yeah. So let's go back to Isaiah. But these things right here have fun. So we're gonna go back to Isaiah chapter 51 and verse
19.
Verse 19. These two things are come unto thee, who shall be sorry for thee: desolation and destruction, and famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. They are full of fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God. This is talking about our brothers on the street corners. This is talking about the Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians out there gangbanging, selling drugs. We out there like wild bulls at every street corner. Okay? Therefore, hear now, this thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Our people are afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. You are afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. All right? That's what you got to understand, how afflicted you are. And you are drunken. But that's the philosophy. So that's the doctrine of learning. They are afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. They're not afflicted with actual guns. They're afflicted by media. They're afflicted by putting your whole history of all your people on the map and tell the story about you from a white perspective. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. What's up? Yeah. You are afflicted by that, and you are drunken, but not with wine. They're eating it up. No, God loves everybody. Stop that. All right. Verse 22. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord and thy God. Talking about two people. Look at that. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord and thy God, that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee. So let's go to give me I do my bad. I keep asking. Hold on. Okay, can't find it. But I written it down. But I break it down by word. I can't find it. It's Isaiah 51 and start 23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict me. Right? It's talking about the desolation and destruction and the famine and the sword. By whom shall he comfort them? That's how he gonna comfort them. He's gonna turn and give it back to them. All the curses that's on us is gonna be on them now. And we get to set up high paying companies and they're gonna be our employees. Right? And their daughters and their maidens and them that are virgins and young women at a good age, you know what I'm saying, are going to be our wives at our house. Like, you know, maiden. Ain't no woman finna be right here. So she clean. Hi, Adawan. Hi, Lord. Shalom. What's going on, sister? So I can call her sister now. You know what I'm saying? She's still my wife. I call my wife my sister. What's up, sister? She my sister. She my wife, though. Treat her like she your sister. She's your sister. She is your sister. Don't have to be born by the same mother and father as you. Both born by the same mother and father. That's fine. So, verse 23, but I will put into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy people, bow down, that we may go over. Thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street to them that went over. And that's how we like it. We just let them walk all over us. We just let them walk all over us. That's what we do. I'm going to 52. Some good precepts that I got to be cool. All right. Awake, awake. Put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garment. That strength is your wisdom. That's your beautiful garment. All right? I should have got that. Should have found it. O Jerusalem, the holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come unto thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Shake thyself from the dust. All right? I'm going to go to 1 Samuel 2 and 8 real quick. See what the dust is. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 8. He raises up the poor out of the dung, out of the dust. He raises up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them. So what is the dust coming out from being poor, beggar? You know what I'm saying? We no more borrow from them, they borrow from us. All right, we lend to them, they don't lend to us. Okay, that's being rich in abundance. All right, Most High, we're gonna be kings. We're gonna be very, 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 very rich. Like Pastor Rothschild's rich. To the point we can go into different dimensions and heavens. We'll get into that and show precepts. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be doing a lot of things though. All right? The Most High gonna always be with us. That means his spirit of a warrior always gonna be on us. It's not going to depart. So let me go back over here real quick. It's Isaiah 52 and verse 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garment, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth, he's talking about the city. So his beautiful garment. So that city has a beautiful garment. What is it? The laws. Right? Yeah. It's metaphorically speaking. And so, find that precept. No, 52. In verse 2 now. Shake thyself from the dust, which is that poor state and everything else. All right. Arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from thy bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion. For thus saith the Lord, ye have sold yourselves for naught, and ye shall be without money. But thus saith the Lord God, my people went down aforetime into Egypt to sojourn, to Egypt to sojourn there, and the Syrian oppressed them without cause. Now therefore, we have I here, saith the Lord, that my people is taken away for naught. They that rule over them make them to howl, saith the Lord, and my name continually every day is blasphemed. Therefore my people shall know my name. Therefore they shall know in that day that I am he that doeth speak. Behold, it is I. How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth good things, that publisheth peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publisheth salvation, that saith unto Zion, thy God reigneth. Thy watchman shall lift up the voice. Thy watchman shall lift up the voice. With the voices together shall they sing. For they shall see eye to eye when the Lord shall bring again Zion. Talking about we're going to see him eye to eye. It ain't going to be like we ain't going to be able to see him now. We're going to see him eye to eye. He's going to be right here. Smack dab in your face. I'm here. That's what you're working. This ain't no storytelling. This is history, man. We prove these things. We go to history, man. We stick to what we taught, man. We don't try to get another damn doctrine when we leave somewhere, or if you don't get along with somebody, you're not changing your doctrine up, man. You're keeping it the damn same. All right? Stop going off your own opinion. If you got something, a different doctrine you believe in, kind of, bring it to the table. Because if it's not what I learned, I'm going to slice and dice it. All right? And you got to be like that with Bruce now. Got to be like that with Bruce now. Bruce these days, Bruce. Hebrew called Bruce. He's Bruce. So, finish that. Verse 8. Thy watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing. For they shall see the eye. So they shall see eye to eye. The Lord shall bring again Zion. Break forth unto joy. Sing together Yea, ye Islam, break forth into joy, sing together, ye waste places of Jerusalem. For the Lord hath comforted his people. He hath redeemed Jerusalem. The Lord hath made bare his holy arm in the eyes of the nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of God. Depart ye, go ye out from thence. Touch no unclean thing. Go ye out in the midst of her. Be ye clean, that bear the vessels of the Lord. Ye shall go out with haste, nor go by flight. For the Lord will go before you. The God of Israel will be your reward. Hey, so I like this in 52 and verse 1. Chapter 52 and verse 1. Um, okay, this is Isaiah chapter 52 and verse 1. It says, Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the city, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come unto thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Like nobody that's uncircumcised and unclean shall come unto you. When somebody comes unto you, cool with them and you hang around with them. I'm saying nobody henceforth shall come uncircumcised. Right? That can be literally too. If brothers are not circumcised, right now it's time to get circumcised. Ooh, it's time to get circumcised. Yeah, but you're not circumcised, bro. That was 3 years ago. You just come back after 3 years. Hope you gotta get circumcised. You and a shop here. Huh? You and her shop here. Clock is ticking. Wow. Better get a hold of the doctor, bro. So we're gonna go to the gospel. All right, everybody. So, same way. Because I got some scriptures on circumcision. Don't need to get circumcised to show faith or persuaded. So he's telling you to do it, but don't. Same time. Right. Oh, he's giving you a precept. So, yeah, you got to be circumcised. He's just saying that if you want to increase your faith, and that's how you increase your faith. So I tell you, got faith in what you say to do. Once it takes skill. It's probably like two. I don't know. That's circumcised with a baby. I know that. That's shit. I think that's the third age when I'm 4. Yeah, yeah. That's how they Levi and Simeon killed those Africans. Yeah, they went on to his sister. All right. Right. It's too sore. It was too sore. They couldn't do nothing. So yeah, let's go to John chapter 14, verse 9. I have no idea. But you gonna probably have to get TJ. You go, Troy. Most high, here, guys. If you really want to do it, you're gonna have to find something. Let's turn it. John chapter 14, verse 9. This is John.
John 14 and 9.
This is John chapter 14, verse 9. All right, and we're going to read to verse 20. Jesus saith unto him, Have I been so long, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me has seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, Sheweth us the Father? Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. He doeth the works. That's a straight cut right there. Verse 11, believe me that I am in the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. Like, believe me for what I'm doing right now, for the work's sake. See all these miracles I'm doing? Believe me for the work's sake when I say this is of the Father. Believe me. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me. All right, verse 12, Salah. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. And that's that Spirit. He's going to give you another comforter. So that means there's more than one. If Yahweh Shai was the comforter then, he was a comforter for all the people. John paved the way, and he came over there doing the miracles that John said that was going to happen. All right? Get him to believe. So he sent John first. Now it's Yahweh Shai, the word, about Jesus Christ. So he said he's going to be sent another comforter. Right? So there's more than one. Say that. And I will pay the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not. Ooh, it's a cut. Verse 17, we start at 16. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not. The truth don't see them. So it's not going to go abide with the world. Okay. Neither knoweth him. So even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him. But ye know him, for he dwelleth with you. That's why we know the Spirit. And that's why we feel the Spirit, because we know the Spirit. And when we feel the Spirit, we get to be in the way the Most High wants us to. You know what I'm saying? Operate a lot better. Verse 18. I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. Yet a little while, and the world seeth me no more. See me, because I live. Ye shall live. So Salah, Salah. So verse 18, I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. Yet a little while, and the world seeth me no more. But ye see me, because I live. Ye shall live also. And he's not talking about you see him physically, but you see him metaphorically through the scripture. What he's saying. You understand him? You understand me? In the book. Saying so that's how you're gonna see him and understand him. We never seen him before. But we have faith in this right here. And these scriptures don't lie. And we and what is the groundbreaker to understanding this Bible? To understand that prophecies a lot. Prophecies start unfolding. That's when you start understanding that this is the real. All right, that was 20. So that's the end of the Torah portions. All right, for the day. We're gonna get out and do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make some things, do some things. All right. And with that, I say shalom, and we're gonna do some prayers. All right, Amayim towards Jerusalem. Everybody just bow already. Let's show some initiative. Let's show some initiative. So yeah, we're gonna show some initiative. Everybody bow. All right. This is Aliyah now. It is our duty to praise the master of all, to ascribe greatness to the author of creation, who has not made us like the nations of the lands, nor placed us like the families of earth, who has not made our portion like theirs, nor our destiny like all their multitude. For they worship vanity and emptiness and pray to a God who cannot save. But we bow in worship. Thank the Supreme King of Kings, the Holy One. Blessed be he who extends the heavens and establishes the earth, whose throne of glory is in the heavens above, and whose power's presence is in the highest of heights. He is our God, there is no other. Truly, he is our King, there is none else. As it is written in the Torah, we shall know and take to heart this day that Yahweh is Elohim, the heavens above and the earth below. There is no other. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hashem, Yahushua, Mashiach, Shema, Yahshua, our son, Shema, Yahshua, our Hayan, our Shema, Yahshua, our Hayan, our Shema, Yahshua, Yahweh, Allah, Yahweh, Achet.
All right, this is the 10th commandment. Love thy neighbor. Yeah,
Anya,
Yahweh,
Hawah,
Ahayaka,
Hayaka,
Ashura,
Ashura,
Awatazah,
Abatazah,
Atika,
Atika,
Awatazah,
Baratazah,
Awatazayam,
Baratazayah,
Awatazayam,
Barathiam,
La'a,
La'a,
Yahaya,
Yahaya,
Lakah,
Lakha,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Akarim,
Akarium, Apania,
La'a,
La'a,
Ta'asha,
Daisha,
Lakah,
Lakha,
Asol,
Aso,
La'a,
Bala'a,
Ta'adam,
Tabadam,
La'a,
La'a,
Lawaka,
Korka,
Asham,
Afsham,
Yahweh,
Hawa,
Mashua,
Bashawa,
Zakar,
Zakar,
Ayum,
Ayulam,
Ashwa,
Ashabat,
Validas,
Wakadash,
Kabah,
Kabah,
Abagus,
Abaka,
Wa,
Wa,
Amaka,
Amak,
La'a,
La'a,
Laratazah,
Baratazah,
La'a,
La'a,
Dana'a,
Tana'ah,
La'a,
La'a,
Daganah,
Tagamad,
La'a,
La'a,
Na'a,
Tana'ah,
Shakor, La'a,
La'a,
Dakamad,
Takamad,
Kar,
Ha,
Ashura,
Ashura,
Lara'ai,
Larai,
Great Grace, that's what God, I would like out, all that, so, like, second greatest commandment is Ra'aita la'abdu kuma la'abdu tar'af on your amta wa abata la'abdu kuma fa'ani out. That's not a bitch for very good. That's a, the name of itself.
Um,
All right, this is number one. Hasha'ah memorial woman. Now, when Yahweh Shai was in Bethel, house of Simon the leper, he went to a woman having an everlasting box of very precious for her head as he sat at meat. When Simon saw it, then they should say, "What purpose ways? His ointment might have been so when he was waiting for it." Now, when Yahweh Shai understood it, he said unto them, "Why trouble you the woman? She hath brought a good work upon me. He hath poured with he hath not always. For in that she hath poured his ointment on my body. She did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, whosoever shall preach this gospel in the whole world, there shall also this, that is, has done be told for the word. Hallelujah.
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 Hashem,
Bashem.
Yahushai,
Yahushai.
Mashiach,
Mashiach.
Amen.
Everybody get up. Woo. So that's the Shabbat service today. All right. Hey, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua right there. You know what I'm saying? So the water of Yahweh for this service, be able to teach all this. You know what I mean? What the Most High want us to know, what He want us to teach. You know, everybody learn. All right. So with that, Shalom.